Hi, I'm Lisa Angel with the Rosen Law Firm. Moving out during a divorce can often have legal, emotional, and financial impacts, and it sometimes is the biggest mistake that people make at the very beginning of their divorce process. So let's walk you through what you should do before you move out. First, talk to a lawyer. It is so important to have a consultation with an attorney individually before you move out. Moving can have implications in North Carolina on child custody. There also can be consequences to the finances. And in North Carolina, we have an abandonment statute that impacts alimony. Abandonment means leaving without just cause or without consent, and it can impact your alimony claim. So there are lots of legal implications to moving out, and it's really important that you understand those before you move out. It's very possible that after you have that conversation with an attorney, that the attorney is going to advise you that it's fine to move out, but they're going to give you very specific steps of things to make sure that you've thought about and potentially done before the separation takes place. Step 2. Make sure that you understand the finances. You're going to have the most access to information potentially while you're living together. So you want to make sure that you understand the bank accounts, the mortgage statements, the stock accounts, the retirement accounts. Any access to information that you have while you're in the house, you want to try to copy all of those documents and make sure that you have a pretty firm understanding of what the assets are. It's possible that the attorney in that initial consultation that you're going to have will talk to you about potentially moving some assets, paying off some debts, splitting some bank accounts, or thinking about paying some bills before you move. So making sure that you understand the assets and debts that you and your spouse have before you move is critical to the success of your separation over the long haul. And then third, we like to have a child custody plan in place before there's a separation. So before you move out, we don't necessarily need to see a written document. We don't have to have a signed consent order entered related to child custody, but it is a really good idea for us to have a plan in place so that when someone moves out of the house, there's not chaos and we're not sure, well, who's picking children up from school? Do children have another place to live? Are they comfortable? Do they have all the things that they need? So making sure that you have a plan in place about child custody, ideally that you've worked through with an attorney in advance and talked it over with an attorney in advance, but having some kind of child custody plan in place with you and your spouse is a really good idea before you move out of the house. Before you move out, make sure that you understand that you might not have access to the house in the future. In North Carolina, if you move from the marital residence, regardless of whether the house is titled jointly, your spouse has the right to change the locks on the property and keep you from having access to the house. You don't lose the equity in the house, you don't lose the rights to own the house, and your spouse can't sell the house without your permission. But you do give up the right to freely come and go from the house. So it's important to think about taking with you the things that are really important to you. And then I like to also encourage people to take a video or a picture or photograph inventory of the way the house looked when you left. A lot of times people forget what did they have in the house, and they forget where things were in the house after they've moved. So take a video or a photograph inventory of the house, and then make sure that you take with you the things that are very important to you. Don't leave behind something that has sentimental attachment to it. We can negotiate personal property later, but it can be very challenging to do. So we want to try to take with you when you move as many things as possible. And then finally, if you are frightened or concerned for your safety and there has been domestic violence in the relationship, you can move without being concerned about some of these other steps. So is it ideal to talk to a lawyer and have a child custody plan in place first and to document your personal property? Yes, but sometimes when there's domestic violence, your safety needs to be instead the paramount concern. And so instead what we do is we think about potentially getting a restraining order so that you can move temporarily and then potentially be allowed back in the house at a later date. Contact your local domestic violence shelter because they can provide lots of resources on how to help you if you are dealing with an abusive situation. Reach out to us at rosen.com and we are happy to talk with you and have that initial consultation to help you make sure that if you're moving before a divorce in North Carolina, that you're doing it in a way that is going to lead to a better outcome for you in your divorce. Thank you.